All right, victim impact statement as the father of this child, as me. I am the father of the child that was lost. Yep. A father's grief is immeasurable. So the pain of losing a child, especially before they had the chance to feel the warmth of their blood rushing through their veins, is something that words cannot fully express. So their potential was cut short, and it is because of and it's my own family that did this to me. It's my own family that did this to my child. It's a victim. I am a victim, but my child certainly is the ultimate paid the ultimate cost there, and the life was cut short. This was not just a choice, but a life stolen. My child was a unique, irreplaceable human being, not a statistic or an inconvenience. This was not an idea of a child. This was not some abstract, thought. It certainly was a real baby boy or a baby girl. A future that will never be. I will never get to hear my child's laughter, watch them take their first steps, or see them grow into the person they were meant to be. Certainly meant to be. That's a very good point. They certainly were meant, and they were conceived for a reason. Right? There was no need to to kill that child. There's no medical justification. Just convenience, or because the woman wanted a career or something like that. This was, of course, the mother of my child. I was not prescribed as I don't believe, but I guess it's we have to mention that. I think it's blatantly obvious that I as a male was not prescribed a birth control, an abortifacient, I should say. It's not a birth control; it's an abortifacient. But anyway, I think since it's been argued that, well, since you were not the recipient of the prescription, blah blah blah. We all know that, right? It's the mother of the of my other children, yeah. So the bond between father and child was severed before it could begin. A father's duty is to protect, love, and guide his children. That opportunity was stolen from me. I'm just having a hard time to reconcile with the idea that I could not protect my own child, right? I could not protect my own child because of Dr. Michelle Maridel. Right? She was just too depraved and put her signature on that prescription pad and went between between us. Well, what business does she have to to kill my child or to kill anybody's child? What business is it of hers to actually put her signature on that prescription pad and you know uh, deceive the woman into believing that it will prevent the ovulation, right? I think that's where it's implied, is that it will actually prevent the ovulation, and it will prevent the it certainly does stop the baby from being born, but the problem is it will kill that baby. Yeah. Um, so society failed. My child, a system that allows the most vulnerable to be discarded, has lost its moral foundation, and it cannot. It's not a um, sustainable, a society that will continue, perpetually. There must be an end to this, and it will. So the unimaginable injustice of never knowing my child, while others get to hold their newborns, I am left with only sorrow and unanswered questions. I'm missing a 10-year-old, okay? I am missing a 10-year-old. It's that simple, and it's that egregious. It's a crime. The psychological and emotional toll is lifelong. The loss of my child is not something that can be moved on from or forgotten. It's a permanent wound. No accountability, no justice, as those responsible continue their lives without consequence, while my child was given no chance at life. The world will never know my child's potential. My child could have been anything, a real doctor, a teacher, a loving sibling. That future was erased. This was a crime against innocence. There is no greater betrayal than the destruction of a child who was defenseless and had no voice. Certainly, certainly, certainly not. An unfillable void in my heart and my family. My child was a part of my family, and now there is an emptiness where they should have been. I'm missing a 10-year-old. Again, I'm my 10-year-old. Where is my 10-year-old, right? He's I know he's he's here or she is here somewhere, but I cannot. I'm reaching out my fingers and I can't even, you know, feel their heartbeat, because it's these abortifacients, right? It's horrible, man. It's a really emotional video here. So this loss is a crime against human dignity. Every human life has worth, and to take it so callously is an affront to everything that is good and just. I would carry this pain forever. There's no closure for a father who has lost his child in such a cruel and unnecessary way. Furthermore, they will continue to just blanket. They will completely disregard every scientific argument that I've put forward, every legal fact and they would just say, "Oh, this guy's a mental illness and everything like this." So everything that all this pain and everything that I'm feeling, just will be, completely, swept under the rug, and all that stuff. So, but certainly, there's a victim impact statement that must be made, and this is certainly a representation of what it could be, and I don't believe this would be adequate. I believe the real pain that I'm feeling in my heart would be much stronger. A strong pain, that I cannot really express consciously. This was a representation of how I could perhaps begin to word it, but losing a child, certainly to this abortionist, that is literally a member of my family. This She's like my cousin, and she killed my. She's very very close in familial, very close familial relation, to have killed my child. It's just not fair. All right, thank you very much for tuning in.